Oh boy! Toxic Yowie! Can you believe it? Toxic Yowie!
I'm hungry. I'm so hungry. Oh, it's my apartment. I grind my teeth as I listlessly stab my spoon into a bowl of yogurt, oats, and dried fruit. Another day, another meager human dish. My body so badly craves some real food. I take a bite while my eyes wander to the TV in my small apartment. A chuckle escapes my lips as I watch a man scream for his life on the screen. If this was a real murder scene, his fear would be overwhelming my senses. Sweet, viscous, and potent enough to send me headlong into an electrifying high. I feel shivers down my spine just imagining it. Oops, I'm already drooling. Not good. I wipe my face with a tissue and sigh. This must be how humans feel when they watch a food commercial. My craving for fear intensifies again. Thankfully, it's time to head to work anyway. Hopefully we get to transport some terrified patients in the ambulance today. I hum and playfully spin my keyring around my finger as I leave. It doesn't take long before we get a call. Just 20 minutes after my shift began, I'm already heading to the scene with 2 coworkers. The youngest of us 3 is driving, while I write down the case info on a paper form. Japan is really the land of forms, isn't it? It would be great if they at least gave us a laptop or a tablet to type all the info in. I focus on the case at hand and go over what I know. A man called us because his girlfriend got hurt. Apparently she cut her own throat with a kitchen knife, but because he intervened, it wasn't a deep cut. He's still worried and wants us to come, even more so because she also fell on her head during their fight. When asked why she cut herself, he mumbled something about her threatening him, but cut the call short when she started to yell. Strange. She threatened him. Why? What will make her so desperate? Maybe he tried to break up with her and she lost it. How did she fall on her head, though? What if it was him who... Nah, no use guessing what happened. I grin as I imagine the fear at least one of them must be feeling. Can't wait to meet them. Knock, knock. Excuse me. Where with the ambulance you called? Mr. Arima? Kosuke Arima. Oh my god! Thank you for coming. Please, come in. He's quite restless. Fear is also there, but this is... With my demonic eyes, I see fear taking shape around him. In his case, it's about an average size. The viscous ink-like liquid is turning into multiple arms reaching outward, with a static, noise-like pattern on them. Is this fear of abandonment? I suppress the urge to lick my lips. The guy is mainly worried about himself. I put on a neutral expression and follow the man into the apartment. His girlfriend is sitting on the couch, holding a towel to her neck. Oh, how wonderful. An intense fear has taken hold of her. It's like a cocoon enveloping her. It's slowly turning around her, moving like black glue and splitting into multiple arms that hug her form. She feels suffocated, with nowhere to run. I bite my tongue, lest I smell like a maniac at the sweet scent her fear is spreading. I suddenly open my hand towards her and begin to suck the fear into my fingers. It tingles as it wanders through my veins into my beating heart. Ah, how sweet. As soon as I have enough to fill my stomach, I stop. If I gave in right now, I'd be on a high and unable to do my job. I notice that Mr. Arima has stepped closer, bringing my senses back. She's still a bit out of it. You mentioned she hit her head. Yeah, she fell when I tried to take the knife away. Can you confirm that, madam? She slowly nods, but her eyes remain unfocused. My coworkers open up the folding wheelchair. She could still move, so the wheelchair is a better option than the stretcher. Keep applying pressure to the wound, Miss Shiraishi. We will help you to the ambulance. Can I come with you? Yes. Miss Shiraishi grabs my hand. Is there something you want to say, madam? She slowly shakes her head. I guess I'll keep seeing you afraid then, my honeycomb. I check her wound to make sure it's clean and not too deep. Then we guide her into the wheelchair. Mr. Arima, could you please bring some of her belongings with you to the ambulance? Like her health insurance card? Yes, along with anything else that could be helpful. On the way to the ambulance, I keep asking her questions to gauge her current state, but her unfocused stare and slow answers make my co-workers worry. At least she was able to confirm her full name, Yukiko Shiraishi, as well as her date of birth. As we drive, I fill out the form with her personal info. Miss Shiraishi is still in a daze, so I fill in the rest with Mr. Arima's help. Then I start checking with nearby hospitals for any open beds. After several minutes, we finally get a positive answer and make our way there. Mr. Arima is fully focused on his girlfriend, whose eyes stare fixedly at the ceiling. She won't even let him hold her hand when he tries to gently clasp it. You two just make me even more curious about what happened. Their fears start to overlap slightly, pushing and merging and separating again. How did it come to this? How did they create this wonderful fear? The car slows down as we near the hospital. I don't want to leave them and the tasty paradise they created. What a shame. Oh, we're back in my apartment. After a long day at work, I'm back home. For the rest of the day and even now, I still think about the couple. Damn, want to eat their fear again. It's been a long time since I've eaten something so delicious. There was so much fear that I could even fill my stomach for once. If I was around them more, especially the man, could I get to eat more often? I can't help but grin as I imagine feasting on the fear he causes. We transfer his girlfriend to the hospital without trouble. I imagine that she'll be staying there for now. Should I visit her? It could be a bit too suspicious. There are privacy laws to contend with, after all. But I don't mind taking a little risk for such fear. But maybe, instead of visiting her directly, I could act like I'm visiting someone else, a made-up relative, and just happen to mistake her room for theirs. And if her boyfriend visits her while I'm there too, that would just be perfect. I survey my apartment to distract myself from my temptations and catch the sight of my e-guitar as you get to practicing for the upcoming jazz festival. Or maybe there's a better distraction? Right, so there's like a couple of things I could look at. I do want to look at a laundry basket. I should do some laundry, actually. Into the washing machine with you. I find a note when I check the pockets. Isn't this from the guy I slept with once? Hope he's still not waiting. I thought I made it clear I wasn't looking for anything serious at the time. Manga. An old classic from the horror mangaka Junichiro Ito, called Tomomi. I read his works from time to time. I wonder if there are still things that truly frighten him, after drawing horror manga for so long. Let's continue. Time to practice. As I play, I zone out, only focusing again when I notice a mistake I have to correct. I like the feeling of drowning out the world as I focus on the music. Being on stage isn't a bad feeling either. I like looking down on people as they look up at me in adoration. And it's just the right distance. They can't ask for more than me playing well for them. Shallow relationships are easier to handle. Yeah, I've had my fair share of mishaps from misreading the mood in a social group, all because I was too caught up in someone's fear. Standing out as strange makes it hard to get close to those who are scared. Exactly the opposite of what I want. Ugh, who could it be? I want to see you. I miss you, my dear, dear Hinata. I want to touch those talented hands. Play for me, Hinata. I know you're playing for me. God, what a disgusting pig! It must be the same lunatic from before. I've already blocked various numbers he's used and discussed the issue with my bandmates. He's using a lot of burner phones, so it's hard to locate him for the police. I start to get these messages right after one of our performances, and they mention my hands and guitar a lot, so I suspect it's an unhinged fan. I hope someone takes care of this trash one day. Man, now I don't want to practice anymore. I put away the guitar, turn off my phone, and set a separate alarm clock to wake me up tomorrow. Yeah, hospital time. I really ended up here on my day off. I can hardly believe myself. But the fear tasted so good. I even went as far as posing as a friend to ask for her room number at the hospital counter. Yeah, screw it. I'm here already, so let's try to meet them. As I get closer to the room, I slow my pace. Now, what should I say exactly once I'm in the room with her? Just when I think of how I can salvage my improvised plan, I hear a woman screaming, "Just leave me alone!" Then I hear a familiar voice replying, "Babe, please, hear me out at least." That's Kosuke Arima. He must be talking to Miss Shiraishi. I pushed the sliding door slightly ajar so I could listen to their conversation better. "No, my mind hasn't changed. We have to break up." My eyes widen as they fall silent. So when we visited them, she didn't threaten him because he wanted to break up. Instead, perhaps he would accept her wish to break up. "I beg you, please, don't do this to me!" I could hear him whimpering. "I could do this to you? What about what you did to me? All these weird presents of yours. Do you know how suffocating it is to be a partner? Get out, or I'll call the hospital staff." But no buts. You're insufferable. You always argue from your point of view, your own goddamn needs and insecurities, but you never consider how I feel. Do you even know how long it's been since I met up with friends or family because of you? But I did so much. This is what I mean. You don't even get what you're doing. God, I pity your future partner. Now go. I hear footsteps approaching and moving away just before Mr. Arima leaves the room, closing the door behind him. He looks embarrassed, angry, and scared. I grab onto him before I can even register my actions. His fear of abandonment looks even more spiky than before. This doesn't taste bad. He turns around to regard me with surprise, then puzzlement. But soon both give way to recognition. "Oh, the paramedic from before. Could you let go? I really need to go." Wait, come on. I couldn't just leave someone who went through such a brutal breakup alone. He grinds his teeth and looks away. "So you heard everything. Aren't you here because of your job? Or, I don't know, to visit someone?" "My visit is over already, and I see you haven't slept well. Maybe you haven't eaten much since we last met?" "I did not ask for your medical advice." Hey, think of it this way. Sometimes it's good to vent to a stranger, a neutral third party. Aren't you just going to get annoyed and leave in the end? He looks like a kicked puppy, but underneath that sweet expression, he has such ability to terrify people. Man, do I really want to tame him for myself. I'm a good listener, and the drinks are on me. He sighs. Maybe it's better to not be alone right now. He gives me a sad smile and nods. Now that I take a good look at his face, he's actually pretty handsome. Even better. He follows me dutifully as we leave the hospital. What a great first step to acquiring my new hunting dog. An izakaya. We enter an izakaya restaurant that offers grilled yakitori chicken skewers and other foods that go well with alcohol. It's a bit rowdy, but to me it's a comfy place. Other regulars are here too, like university students and men in suits who come here right after work or classes. The staff greets us as we enter, and the smoky smell from the grill fills our noses. A waiter leads us to a table in the corner, and we take our seats. As I open the menu, I notice Mr. Arima isn't even glancing at it. He's lost in a vague, broken stare. That must be why it's so easy to convince him to follow me. What do you want? Just beer. Drinking on an empty stomach should make him tipsier faster. I hope he's a talkative drunk. I order a bowl of edamame for myself to snack on and beer for us both. As soon as it arrives, Mr. Arima grabs his glass. He downs a big gulp of his drink the moment we say cheers. He sighs in relief, looking a bit refreshed. That hit the spot. Right? Nothing better than some beer after a hard day. After drinking some more, he finally seems ready to talk. By the way, is it okay if we speak casually for each other? It might make it easier for you to vent. Oh, I guess? Well, look at that. He's already a little tipsy. You can call me Hinata. Is it alright if I call you Kosuke? Yeah. Kinda cute how he responds so eagerly and innocently. I chuckle and rest my chin on my hand. So, Kosuke, I'm all ears. He sighs and pouts. Yukiko, she said that she felt suffocated by me. He rubs his eyes and groans. Doesn't this just mean that I'm dedicated? We date! Dated, after all! Isn't it normal to want to spend all your time together as a couple? Our jobs already take up so much of our time. So, I nod along as I munch on the edamame. Oh boy, she was terrified. Not that I'm complaining, of course. And not being able to meet her family and friends because of me? Was it really me? We all get busy with life as adults, so... Why do you think she blamed you? Maybe I did ask her a few times to prioritize us. And how often did you ask? Aren't you here to listen to my side? Right. Go on then. At my urging, he lets it all out of his system. He didn't like it when others spent a lot of time with her. Mid-rant, he suddenly mentions how much he hated the 2 times she broke a promise. Then he slips into unfocused ramblings for a while. In short, he had made her the center of his life and wanted her to do the same for him. While it sounds rough to date him, from this conversation alone, I couldn't have imagined that his behavior would push his ex so far that she would hurt herself. But after seeing their respective fears, it's pretty clear that he's not divulging all the details of his actions. Was her social circle scared of him? How delicious would their fear be? If she had asked him to hurt someone for her, would he have done it? Why are you smiling while I'm in pain here? You're starting to slur. And you had, what, 5 beers already? Damn, I think it's time to go home. No! Why not? Aren't you tired? I just don't want to be alone. His fear of abandonment is a rounder shape than before. Maybe being drunk makes him less tense. But I still welcome his fear. I change seats to sit next to him. Huh? Look at me. I'm here with you, aren't I? Right. He looks deep into my eyes. When I inch closer to him, he gets embarrassed and looks away. I chuckle as I playfully wrap my arm around his neck. Getting embarrassed now. How cute. Look, it's just... You're kinda close. But you didn't want to be alone, right? He sighs. I pat his back and stand up. I'll walk you home so you can have a bit more company. All right? He looks relieved and nods, following me to the counter where I pay our bill. Wait, I can pay for myself! Nah, no worries. I told you drinks were on me. Making him feel indebted should make it easier to meet up again. As we leave the izakaya, his eyes scan me up and down. Why are you looking at me so intensely? It's just the first time someone kind of escorts me, I guess. Like, that I came out wrong. What I mean is... Go on. He covers his flustered face with his hand. What I mean is, this was nice. You're welcome. I suppress the urge to corner him. I want to erase Miss Shiraishi from his head, but I need to take it slow. I don't want him to run away. How long will I need to wait until I can take her place? Is a romantic relationship the way to tame him after all? What's the best way to get to your place from here? Huh? Why? Relax, I'm just walking you to the station. Or a taxi if that's what you prefer. He pouts and tries to explain how he'll get home, but he's too drunk to make much sense. I still remember clearly where his apartment is, so I call a taxi and get in with him. When the taxi sets off, he leans on my shoulder as his eyelids start to close. How defenseless. I pat his head, to which he responds by nuzzling even deeper into my neck. I can hear him whimpering, "Don't leave me." I'm conflicted. I feel lust like humans, and I've had my fair share of relationships, but being loving and caring to a suffocating degree just feels wrong to me. But on the other hand, I now have this potential hunting dog who's so scared to be left alone that even his own fear is enticing, let alone the fear he causes in others. How ironic. To survive, I need to eat fear, but because of it, I regularly get into dangerous situations just like this one. This huge dog better be worth it. I pinch his cheek, which makes him groan and slowly push my hand away. After a while, we arrive in front of his apartment building. When I see him staggering to the entrance, I sigh and lend him a shoulder as we walk towards his apartment door. Kosuke's apartment. He gets his keys out after a few attempts, and once we're inside, I sit him down on his couch. When I turn to leave, he grabs my hand. Kosuke, I'd like to get home too. I still feel down. Can you hug me? I push my hair out of my face and reluctantly smile at him as I open my arms. He immediately hugs me, and his nails slowly dig into my back. His sweet tone from before was gone. Now it's deeper and threatening. Will you stay by my side? Will you be different from the others? I grind my teeth. Oh boy, he's strong. I might even be a little scared, but I instinctively feel a rush whenever I notice fear. It takes a lot of willpower to suppress the urge to provoke him. Yes, I will. On some conditions. Conditions? Don't worry about it for now. He hugs me even tighter. Please, can you let go for a second? It kinda hurts. But you're gonna leave too, right? How about we exchange numbers then? He lets go and looks at me with joy. Really? As if I would ever let you go, you crazy possessive dog. He obediently gives his number and saves mine, and smiles at me as I say goodbye. I just hope he remembers all this. With a spring in my step, I leave the building and my phone vibrates almost immediately. My elation vanishes when I realize it's not from Kosuke. Who is he? I whip my head around in search of them. Just where is this guy? I quickly head to a well-lit street and call for a taxi as I walk, pretending to still be on the phone until it arrives. I wish I was physically stronger than a human. Then at least I shouldn't have to worry about trash like him. I nibble on my fingernail in agitation until I finally reach back home. Oh, my apartment. Once I'm there, I immediately grab my e-guitar. I need to distract myself. Good. This is better. I feel calmer. Let's just sleep for today while that lasts. It's been a few days since we exchanged numbers. He always responds to my messages, but anytime I try to make the conversation a little flirtier, he sidesteps or ignores it. Ugh, this is annoying. The breakup might have made him cautious about anything related to romance. Approaching him directly isn't working. Time to take another little risk. How risky are we going? I still remember Miss Shiraishi's address, so I decided to accidentally bump into her on my day off. She should be out of the hospital by now. She was able to clearly articulate her words when she broke up with Kosuke, so her fall on the head shouldn't have left any long-term damage. I walk around the area for a few hours. I don't see her in the small supermarket nearby, nor waiting at a bus station. I hope she's not gone on a vacation or something. After a while, my feet need a rest, so I look for a place to sit down. When I find a bench, I realize that there's already a woman sitting there, lost in a fit of weak, trembling sobs. My luck must be impeccable. Are you alright? I offer the woman, who turns out to be Miss Shiraishi, a pack of tissues. She first holds up her hand to decline my offer, but when she sees that I won't back down, she takes it and bows a little to thank me. After a few moments, she takes a deep breath. Looks like she's calmed down a bit. Do you remember me? I'm one of the paramedics who took you to the hospital. She studies my face with furrowed eyebrows, then lights up with recognition. Oh, right. I'm so sorry, but I don't think you mentioned your name. Hinata Kusumoto. If you don't want to, you don't have to answer. But why are you crying? Her gaze wanders to the ground as she clutches her arm, clearly uncomfortable. I know a nearby cafe where they serve good hot chocolate. That always cheers me up. How about we drink there, and if you want to, you can talk. Otherwise, just enjoy the hot chocolate. But you know what state I found you in before. Then today I find you crying. I'm just worried, Miss Shiraishi, and I want to help you. Venting to a stranger can be quite relieving, and after you have your drink, I'll leave you alone. No, that would be too... I guess it would be too much. Then, just wait here a second, Miss Shiraishi. Before I hear her answer, I look for a nearby vending machine and get a hot coffee can. I hope you can at least accept this. Oh, and I take out my business card and give it to her. You know, the state we found you in was quite something. I'm a little worried if everything is alright between you and your partner. If you ever need more information for a difficult domestic situation like yours, call me, and I can find you the right specialist to help you out. Was it that obvious? I think I've pushed the right buttons. I just see a law on the job, Miss Shiraishi. It's all up to you, if you want to accept. Alright. I guess going to a cafe is fine. There we go. I bring her to the cafe, where we order and sit down with our piping hot drinks. The steam rises as Miss Shiraishi warms her hands on the mug. I wait for her to talk. Today I just couldn't stay home. Too many memories with him there. But when I was outside and took in the fresh air, I just broke down. And then you found me. She takes a sip, quivering slightly as she frowns with closed eyes. The day you met us, I had had enough. It was a late wake-up call, but at least I realized it, I guess. He can be sweet and caring, but he is also a very jealous man, to the point it becomes hard to keep friends. And when you rely too much on one person, they can do a lot to you. Yeah, I take in small pieces of her fear to snack on while I listen to her. This is like the demonic equivalent of like having like a free flow box of popcorn as they're talking. Like, what the hell? I love this, Jesus. The fear isn't as intense as on the day of the emergency call, but still delicious. I try to think of how I could lead the conversation towards Kosuke's triggers while still appearing caring. When do you think he started to change? Was there an event that set him off? She scratches her mug as she sorts through her memories. I think it started with small things. One time he was angry that I asked someone else for advice instead of him, but he was sick at the time. I just wanted to rest. Even when I told him that, he continued to be angry and less responsive for 3 days. Maybe he felt threatened when he realized she didn't need him as much as he thought. It wouldn't make sense for someone with such an intense fear of abandonment as him. And then it felt like I had to ask for permission for everything, even when I wanted to go on a day trip with friends, a day trip with female friends of all things. I just felt stupid, that I had to walk on eggshells all the time. At first, I just wanted it to be peaceful between us, It's only when my friends asked me how I'd been the last 2 months did I realize there was something wrong. In the past, I met them regularly for coffee or called them if I didn't have time, but I hadn't done that for a while, and then it just escalated. I lowered my voice. To the point of hurting yourself. She bites her lip and nods. I try to maintain a worried expression, but it's a little difficult when I feel so elated from eating her fear. How is it now between you two? I actually broke up with him. I only had the courage while I was in the hospital. I always had my finger on the call button for the nurse, just in case. That's amazing, Miss Shiraishi. How did he take it? I was surprised he didn't message me as much. He just sent me a few messages to say that I should send someone over to get my things. It feels like he's busy with something else, or his pride is hurt. I don't know. I fully expected that he would give me hell. Maybe I'm distracting him from thinking about her. Good sign for me. Have you told your friends about this? It's hard. While I was going out with him, some of them said that he felt off. Others said he was very nice. I just can't bring myself to tell them the full extent of how he hurt me. I think we had a short training course on the job about domestic violence. What did they say we should do? Don't beat yourself up. This isn't your fault. Her face crumples into tears. She silently cries as she takes the tissues I offer, her body shaking from her sobs. To think that I've earned her trust. I wonder how he fell for her. But it doesn't look like I can ask her about that. For now, at least I understand that he's jealous, possessive, and dislikes anything that could imply that he's replaceable. I can work with that info. I wait for her to calm down, entertain her with a little small talk as we finish our drinks and say goodbye. Yay, we're back home. Back at home, I mull over some things Miss Shiraishi said. Well, it's useful info. With Kosuke ignoring my flirtation attempts, this could take a while. This is so annoying. I miss you. When will you finally be mine? Stop giving me the cold shoulder. I groan and almost throw my phone at the wall. I need to go outside and freshen up. I stare at the people walking by, sporting neutral, tired, or happy faces as they walk with friends or family. I grind my teeth at them all, until I spot a little boy staring at a big dog, waiting patiently before him. The boy's parents tried to encourage their son to pet it, but I could see his fear, teeth, and vicious eyes surrounding him. I'll probably never see this kid again, so I decide to tease him by using one of my abilities, making someone do the one thing they fear or approach the thing they're afraid of. I point my hand at him, and my vision briefly shifts as a faint ring of gold encircles my pupils. The boy panics as his body moves on its own, approaching the dog. He screams while he pets it, and the parents and the dog owner hurriedly separate them. I laugh as I see the boy cry and the dog bark. That was a wonderful stress reliever. I walk slowly by them to eat some of his fear. I can use this ability only once per person, but I usually avoid resorting to it, but today really needed that. Wow. I just went outside for a little snack. It's like picking up like a Macca's on the way out, like, gosh darn. During the past few weeks, I was able to change Kosuke's mind about me by making myself seem dedicated and accepting of his flaws. He's now open to my flirting, and we've even gone on a few dates. I wonder when I can finally reap my harvest. Today at work, we were called to a house outside the city center. An elderly woman fell and couldn't stand up on her own. Her neighbor was visiting her and called us. Now we're transporting her to a hospital, suspecting that she might have slipped a disc. As I fill out the form, I notice her name is the same as Kosuke's, Arima. I take a closer look at her facial features. Oh, I mean, I know some of you see like a kind old lady, but to me, like, this just seems super unsettling. Should I be afraid? I think I should. Her eyes do seem to be similar to his, just maybe. I should distract her from the pain with some questions anyway. How are you feeling, Miss Arima? Oh, it does hurt, but I can manage until we arrive, young man. We'll do our best. You have a nice voice. Could you keep talking? It's quite calming. I can, if that will help. When I heard your last name, I was actually reminded of someone I know. Is that so? I haven't met many others who carry the name Arima apart from my relatives. Maybe you're actually related. His name is Kosuke Arima. Her eyes widen, and then she chuckles, which makes her wince in pain. I guess laughing isn't very good right now. Maybe you met my grandson then. What a small world. I was right. I can't believe it. I might actually be able to get better info on him. He's a little taller than me. Works as a psychologist and has a dog named Daisy. She smiles warmly at me. Could you tell me how he is lately? The boy hasn't called or visited much. He's doing well, Miss Arima. He cooks for me sometimes, and it's wonderful to spend time with him. Sounds like you are good friends. Actually, could you do me a favor? I can try, madam. You see, when I talk to my son, I mean, Kosuke's father, he doesn't mention Kosuke much. I'm worried that they might be drifting apart. Her gaze softens. I love having Kosuke and his siblings over. They're my cute grandchildren, after all. But I always felt like Kosuke was the clumsiest among them in communicating his needs. I can't always be there to be the bridge between them, so I would feel much better if you could help him reach out to his parents. Every child needs their parents' support, after all, even as an adult. I fake an understanding smile, but I have a hard time following her reasoning. I was born in the middle of a battlefield hundreds of years ago, only guided by instincts and an agonizing hunger for fear. My birth was probably closer to being manifested into existence. So I've never fully understood the bond between human parents and their children. I do logically understand that they care for their offspring to ensure their lineage survives, but all the emotional bonding is hard to follow. She's still looking at me. I guess she wants me to reassure her. I'll see what I can do. Thank you, young man. After a while, we arrive at the hospital and safely transfer her to the hospital staff. Let's see how Kosuke responds to this news after I'm done with work for today. It's late when I get back home. Kosuke's probably asleep, but I message him anyway. Hey, just got home and thought of you. Also, I met someone you know. I put the phone on the table and get myself an after-work beer while I wait. The refreshing sound of the can opening and the foam rising as I pour it into a glass relaxes me. After a few sips, I get a message back. Hey, handsome. Someone I know? It was an elderly lady living outside the center of the city with the same last name as you. She's probably your grandma. Her full name is Honoka Arima. Oh, wow. That's her. How did you meet? Her neighbor called my work. Your grandma fell and couldn't move well, so she got a checkup at the hospital. She was in a little pain, but could speak well, so I don't think it's too serious. Wait, are you sure? This is a lot. She'll probably contact you or your parents soon. I told her I know someone with the same last name, and we started talking. She's actually a little worried about you. That's just how she usually is. I wanted to ask him about his relationship with his parents. How should I do this? Will he just change the subject? It's a bit of a risk, but since he likes dedicated people. Your grandma is worried that you and your parents aren't keeping in touch. Is everything all right? He doesn't reply as fast as before. I bite my nails as I hope that I haven't made a mistake in my approach. My parents are very matter-of-fact. Casual conversations aren't easy with them. That sounds complicated, I think. Act like a compassionate human, Hinata. Your grandma really wanted you guys to meet up again. If that's difficult for you, I don't mind accompanying you to meet your parents. I don't know. I'm always there for you, Kosuke, and I'm pretty serious about it. So, if you need support, you can count on me. There. This should sound like a dedicated and loyal person Kosuke wants. You really are a blessing, Hinata. I need to think about this, but please, know that this means a lot. I'm really happy we met. I make a little fist bump in the air. That's not very demonic of me. A perfect outcome. Satisfied, I soon fall asleep. Oh, it's his apartment. Kosuke calls me to his apartment on my next day off to talk to me in person about his parents. I think of a few encouraging and comforting words and even have a small tissue pack ready. I think that's all I need for this. Oh my god! I can't help but let my eyes wander to where Miss Shiraishi sat when we first met, with a bloody towel pressed to her neck, as I tasted the most delicious fear I've ever eaten in my life. Kosuke guides me to the couch and... when I sit down, I lean onto him, pushing a strand of hair behind his ear as I hum, elated from the memory. Kosuke doesn't mind me touching him anymore. So, I'm here and all ears. Kosuke sighs and leans his forehead against mine. I think it's the first time I'm opening up about this, but you've always shown that you care about me, so I think it's fine, if it's with you. He then takes my hand and nuzzles his cheek into it. I'm the middle child of 3. My older brother graduated from the highly regarded University of Tokyo, while I graduated from Kyoto University. He was always a step ahead. Well, I don't think I'm doing bad as a psychologist. I always felt lacking to my parents, even if they don't fully say it. I can feel it. My younger sister may not have graduated from University of Tokyo, but she has her charm, and she's ensnared our parents' hearts as a social butterfly. All in all, I guess I felt like I didn't have a guaranteed place there compared to them. I think they also just might be a little afraid of me. Tell me, Hinata, do I seem intimidating? He slowly pushes me down. Whoa, look at me with cold eyes that feel like an entrance into an endless abyss. His fear morphs into spiky arms and hands, complete with growing claws. Even though they can't physically touch me, they still try to dig into my arms. Kosuke, don't I always say that I'm here for you? What does that tell you? I smile at him, ecstatic from slowly eating his fear. I guess I'm not. At least towards you. He caresses my cheek as he smiles coldly. Could it be that you're turned on? Yes? Maybe? No? Yes! Yes, I'm gonna go with yes! Do you like it when I push you down? As if! I usually like being in control. But his fear, it's too much. I grab his face and pull him down to kiss him, even biting his lip. He chuckles, letting go and sitting up. Let's stop this for now. I wanted to tell you about my parents after all. I sit up as well and rest my chin on my hand. I do think that I react a little differently to some things compared to others. Maybe my parents have a hard time understanding why I do certain things. People usually tell me a version of their story while leaving out details that seem too intimate to them or wouldn't be favorable to them. In Miss Shiraishi's case, it felt more like she was trying to avoid remembering the scariest moments. In Kosuke's case, either he truly doesn't understand what's too much for other people, or he doesn't want to scare me. But he did ask me if I find him intimidating. Isn't that a bit of a paradox? This is the first time I've tried so hard to understand a human. This is more difficult than I thought. Anyway, loyalty. That's what he... Oh, it's a test? Wait, what? I rest my head on his lap and smile. I am me, Kosuke. I'm not your parents. I like being with you. His face crumples and he looks away, embarrassed and sad. His fear shrinks. I gently hold his hand. So, you ready to face them with me? He nods, pulls me up and hugs me tightly. I feel something wet on my shoulder. Is he crying? I pat his back and smile. I will gladly take over your heart, my little hunting dog. On our next day off, we visit his parents. They live in a house built in a Japanese style, complete with its own little garden. Outside, they have a car and some bicycles, probably from when Kosuke and his siblings were younger and still lived at home. Oh. Okay, now I feel intimidated. Welcome. I brought some sweets as a polite gesture to his parents. I noticed they exchange nervous looks while Kosuke approaches them, but they soon act like they're happy to see him. They continue to act polite and welcoming, but the tension doesn't quite leave. Just when I thought we would sit together to eat the sweets with tea, Kosuke turns to me. I'm going to have a longer talk with my parents and catch up with them. You can wait in my old room. I lower my voice. I came all the way to your parents' home. There's no meaning if I leave you now. He gives me a genuine smile. It's alright. We just need to discuss some things. Left with no other choice, I follow him to his old room on the second floor. His room has wooden support beams on the walls and tatami mats on the floor. On them stands a single bed with a wooden frame on the left and a polished wooden study desk with high school maths book in the right corner. Some open shelves near the door with little gadgets like an older handheld game console resting on them. Next to them are old game cartridges and manga volumes neatly organized. 2 sliding doors on one wall indicate a built-in closet. Maybe it's an old one in which you can store a futon or a newer one to hang clothes in. Sit wherever you like. You can even read some manga if you want. I have the old classic, Dash Dunk. I'll be right back. Now, what should I look at? Ooh, okay. Sliding doors first? Let's look at that. There's his old high school uniform and some neat, preppy-looking clothes. He must have liked looking clean-cut and neat even back then. Look closer. What's this? When I look inside, I tense up. There's a small animal skull, slightly covered by a small piece of fabric, like it was put to bed. Next to it are colorful pens, an old Tamagotchi, and other small things a child or teenager would treasure. But they seem to be all over the place, as if they were from multiple children with various preferences. Wait, is that a cleanly ripped out fingernail? What are you doing here? Before I can turn around, I feel Kosuke's hand digging into my shoulder. It's rude to dig into something hidden inside someone's home, don't you think? Kosuke, Why did you have to look at my old treasure? I thought you were the one! He's ready to tear me to pieces! If I don't say something convincing soon, I don't know what he'll do to me! But his hand's already on my neck. I desperately try to scream, but only a few words come out. Oh, don't worry. If I tell my parents you collapsed, they'll just let me leave with you. They're too scared to really ask. As more choking sounds escape me, I can barely register his sniffles and mumbles. Why did you have to look, Hinata? My vision turns dark. In the end, I was the one who got devoured. Ending uncovered treasure? Wait, what? Okay, maybe the sliding doors was a bad idea. Let's look at the plastic cage. Isn't this a cage for insect hunting? It's kind of hard to imagine Kosuke as an elementary school kid, running around collecting beetles and such. I wonder what he liked about it. Manga. It's the manga, Dash Dunk, Kosuke mentioned. The high school basketball matches are masterfully drawn. I never went to high school as I've looked like an adult since I was born and never saw the need for it. I gained my knowledge over the centuries by reading books, learning on the job, and watching humanity progress. Thinking back, it's perplexing to see how far they've come so far. I refocused on the manga volume. I guess Kosuke did a lot of stuff typical high school boys do as well. This manga was and still is popular. I'm gonna look at the sliding doors, but choose not to look. And I'm gonna wait for Kosuke. Kosuke comes back to the room, looking defeated. He tries to smile at me. Let's go. My mom cooked dinner. No? I thought we would just be here for a quick snack and tea. They insisted I stay here longer, so she just started cooking without listening. Sorry about that. That's fine. Don't worry. That's some fast cooking, though. She probably didn't want me to run off, so she cooked some simple pasta. This is such an awkward dinner! I followed him silently to the dining table, thank his mother for the dinner, and start to eat. Even though they all seem tense, Kosuke's father clears his throat. So, are you colleagues from work? I pause, and before I can even answer, Kosuke jumps in. He's a medical professional I got to know. You met at a work conference then? Something like that. Wow, Kosuke lies without blinking an eye. Well, in all fairness, it isn't a complete lie, but his behavior makes his relationship with his parents even stranger. Speaking of the medical field, are you still working as a psychologist? Yeah. And you make money by listening to people. These are evidence-based treatments, Father. Yes, right. What do you do exactly, Mr. Kusumoto? I'm a paramedic. Always right at the scene. Our oldest son is a doctor in a hospital, so we get to hear how particularly stressful emergency cases can be. Kosuke, on the other hand, doesn't tell us much. It's confidential, you know that. You can't be vague about your work, no? Kosuke is looking down at the table, clenching his fist and jaw. His mother speaks up. How about we talk about something other than work? How is Daisy, Kosuke? He immediately brightens up. She's great. Lively and loyal like the golden retriever she is. I'm surprised you're able to take care of an animal now. We aren't there to clean up your messes anymore, you know? Kosuke's fear of abandonment appears. The arms are not only spiky, but also visibly glitching. Today, they seem almost afraid to reach outward, which makes for a fine snack. I need to concentrate and play my cards carefully to fully gain Kosuke's trust. I suspect Kosuke's relationship with his parents was bad, and I did come here to stand by Kosuke and earn his trust, but this was a lot to navigate. I can't stand my dog being intimidated by this weird old guy. But I don't know what I'm supposed to say in such an argument between humans. Oh, wait, let me save. I'm going to mention the grandmother's worry. Excuse me, Mr. Arima. What is it? I met Kosuke's grandmother on one of my shifts. My team brought her safely to a hospital. So, you were with her then? She only recently informed us of her fall. Is she really alright? Yes, well, it wasn't a bad case. She was still in pain. Even then, she was still worried about her grandson, Kosuke. Why is it that a more distant relative is more caring about Kosuke than his own father? You've done nothing but criticize him so far. Kosuke looks at me with widened eyes, at first in surprise, but then in thanks. Excuse me, but you don't know what we had to deal with raising him. We're his parents. We have to guide him. I don't think I was out of line to do so. I guess Kosuke showed irregular behavior even when he was younger, but that's exactly what I want. So screw this guy! He is an adult, sir, taking care of himself with a respectable job as well. I don't know what else you expect of him. Ha! Do what you want. You'll come to regret it. Let's go, Kosuke. Kosuke presses his lips together as he looks at me with admiration and gratitude. Once we're outside, in an empty alleyway, he hugs me. Thank you. Really. I sigh and hug him back, even patting him in reassurance. The only one who gets to talk shit about you, Kosuke, is me! No one else! Just me! Ever since meeting Kosuke's parents, we've been closer than ever. Kosuke fully trusts me now and showers me with affection. I need to manage my mood much more because of it. It's become a norm for my current life to receive multiple calls and messages per day from him, and he regularly brings a flower bouquet and other gifts to our dates. I have no choice but to let his gifts and personal items accumulate in my apartment. It's already small, but he's taking up more and more space in it. Is this normal for human lovers, or is this already going too far, even for them? He's invading. Whenever that thought crosses my mind, I get in a foul mood. I then look for an opportunity to make him jealous. I talk about imaginary people I spend time with, just so I can see and taste his fear of abandonment. In return, I get scratches and bite marks from him, born from his intense jealousy. It's such an annoying balance we have between us. When can I finally let him loose? Just how do I do this without losing his trust in me? I sigh and prepare to go out. Today, we have another date. I turretly walk with Kosuke around the shopping mall. He's as excited and happy as ever. On the first few dates, he had a cute expression, but nowadays, it looks unstable and overly euphoric. Look, Hinata, isn't that cat plushie like you? He points at a round plushie inside a claw machine. Does he want to go into the arcade? I guess. Now he's sulking. What does he want from me? I'm getting bored of this. Just then, an intense wave of fear envelops me. My heart pounds as my whole body is electrified with need. I eagerly search for the source. Among the crowd, a man and a woman grab my attention. The man is terrified, his fear shaping into legs and arms, trying desperately to run away. Next to them is a middle-aged woman. The fear sends shivers down my spine as I taste it, but I shouldn't let her notice me. I found her once before when she was about to murder someone, and I sensed the fear of the victim. I barely escaped her notice back then, too. What are you looking at? Kosuke's jealousy and fear makes me take a step back. You're not even concentrating on our date. Lately, you seem more checked out, too. What am I to you? And now on top of that, you dare to look at someone else? He grabs my arm tightly and whispers into my ear. You can't do this to me, Hinata. I need to hurry and calm him down. This is the angriest I've ever seen him. Whoa, what if I just let it go? What if I just don't? It was too late. Kosuke tightens his grip and pulls me into his car nearby. Soon we're back at his place. I hope this just ends with more bite marks. He pushes me down onto the sofa, kisses and bites my neck like an enraged beast. Then he looks more tenderly at me as he gently caresses my cheek. But just when I think he's calmed down, he pulls me into a room I've never seen before. I see a huge dog cage. A shiver runs down my spine as I try to flee, but he's already shoved me in it, chaining one of my wrists to the cage. Oh, shit. Please, Kosuke, calm down. Isn't this chain overkill? He gives me a terrifying smile, gentle but cold. I've dreamt of this moment, Hinata. I thought to myself so many times, I shouldn't do this. But there you go, being distracted and looking at other people. In your hand, you'll soon know why I did this. He leaves the room for a moment and then comes back with a sewing kit? What is that? He continues to smile and binds a towel around my head, basically gagging me with it. Oh shit. Then he takes out a sharp knife and starts to cut into the ring finger of my left hand. I scream from the searing pain as blood soaks our hands. After a while, Kosuke is finished with my torture. He cuts out a long strip of skin around my finger, as if to leave a trace of a ring on it. He carefully stops the bleeding, stitches up what he can, wipes away the blood, and disinfects it. I'll make a leather ring out of it, so I can always carry you with me, even if I have to leave this apartment. You're forever mine, Hinata. Ending. A ring for me. Right, we should probably calm him down. Kosuke? Look at me. I ignore who might stare at us and put my hands on his cheeks. I'm sorry that I made you insecure. I'm just not feeling well. But I still want to spend time with you. Maybe it would be better if I had rested at home. He pouts and shakes his head slowly. So, you forced yourself despite not feeling good? Yeah, I did. I know how you feel when we can't see each other, but I didn't know it would affect you like this. Can you forgive me? I'm surprised at how convincing and empathetic I sound right now. Spending so much time with Kosuke must have forced me to learn one or two things about this relationship thing. I'm sorry too. I was just unsure if you still felt the same about me. This goddamn idiot! I'm letting you take up space in my apartment and spend so much time with you. You are one insatiable dog. Let's go and get something sweet, alright? He nods and follows. My struggles had better be worth it one day, Kosuke. The long way to Jazz Festival is tomorrow. These past few days, my band and I have practiced intensely to nail the performance, and today we wake up early to do a sound check, get a program pamphlet, and get our last questions answered by the staff. I take a sip of water after we finished our sound check. My phone vibrates. It's Kosuke. Did everything go well? Do you still have some things to do? Soundcheck went well. Still have to do some things. We'll perform at 4 p.m. tomorrow, right next to this Route 237 cafe. I send him a photo and the address. I know where that is. Makes it easier for me. Should I come a little earlier? Sure. We can hang out near a bandmate's car there. We'll be parking right behind the venue. Alright. Rest well and don't worry. I know you'll blow their minds tomorrow. I grin with pride. It's actually great to have someone support me like this. Would I be able to do this for him, though? Why does stuff like this come easy to him? Is it because he's human? I tried to push this confusion out of my mind and focus back on the preparation. Today is the day. After getting everything ready, we still have time before our performance. My band and I decide to go around drinking beer and watching other bands play. A lot of older people are performing. They're not bad, but it's clearly just a hobby to them. They likely only found the time for it near or during retirement. There was also a high school band and a band of university students. I have to give props to university students. They were really good and full of energy. This might be their final performance before they all go looking for a job. My eyes wandered to my bandmates. When will we be able to play? I scratch my head, chuck my empty paper cup, and walk back to our car. There, I find Kosuke. Hinata! He smiles at me, and before he can hug me, I stop him. Easy there. Later in private, alright? I know he would hug me too tightly like usual if I let him. Not something I want to show the world here. I know. You ready? I nod and put my arm around him like I would with a friend. Ready as ever. What are your fans like? Will they come today as well? Yeah, we announced it on our Instagram, so yeah. Are they more into your music or your looks? Maybe a mix? I grin as I see a tiny blob of fear of abandonment surrounding him, directing its arms at me. Jealous? He sighs. I know you like performing, but yeah. I lower my voice and whisper into his ear. Endure it well, and I'll reward you later. All right? He looks at me with widened eyes, but he can't help but smile. This has gotten much easier after all our dates. Enduring his showers of affection, calls, and texts was worth it. Now he listens to me well, and he doesn't really doubt me. But everyone else around me? As long as he shows me what he's doing to them, I gladly let him loose. Suddenly, I hear my bandmates calling. When I go to check my phone for the time, I notice it's not in my pocket. I groan and tap Kosuke's shoulder. Could you do me a favor? I left my phone in my car. It's parked a little further away, right by the soba place we went to before. Could you go get it after our first 2 songs? I need to take and post pics of it after our performance. We played the first 2 songs the best anyway. He looks at me like a sad dog. But I don't want to miss the rest. Please. He sighs and agrees. I hand him my car keys and step in front of the mic. I tune my e-guitar one last time. Then I greet the audience and they clap and shout back. As our singer takes over, we get into the flow, lose ourselves in the music, and enjoy the attention. The sun shines and warms my body. Beer flows, and the smell of grilled meat fills the air. I hear our fans squeal and take photos and videos. Kosuke just smiles at me. He must be filled with a complicated mix of emotions. He likes when I smile, but he doesn't like seeing me smile at other people. But I need you to look at the crowd, paying attention to me, Kosuke. Doesn't it rile you up? Don't you want to get rid of all these people? Then I notice a weird smile in the crowd. I force my eyes away from it. Now is not the time for a disgusted expression. Smile, Hinata. After the first 2 songs, Kosuke moves away. We play the rest of our songs, and soon, our time is over. We call our fans to a place beside the stage, so the next band can prepare. Kosuke is still not back, so we use the phone of another bandmate. Even after we're done with our small fan meeting, I still don't see him around. That's odd. I let my bandmates know that I'm going to my car and head over. The huge crowd that's gathered today for the festival slows my pace. Is this why Kosuke still isn't back? The closer I get to my car, the fewer people are around. I'm glad I chose to park here. Suddenly, a waft of delicious fear overtakes my senses. My heart races as I cover my deranged smile I can't stop making. Just where is this coming from? My car? I then reach my car. Feet? Whose feet am I looking at? Confused, I draw closer. Oh, nice! I see Kosuke sitting on the back seat and a man lying in front of him on his back, struggling against Kosuke's iron grip. Hinata? Oh shit. He's looking straight into my eyes. The intense fear was just the other man's at first, but now Kosuke's fear of abandonment grows in size, enveloping us all. I need to hurry and reassure him. I've never seen his fear get this big before. What if I don't? What if I don't? I was too slow. Kosuke has already pushed the face of the stranger into the back seat, putting his knee on his head to make him stay there. His free hand now pulls me inside as he closes the door. No! You should have seen this! I should have erased it before you even had to look at this disgusting pig, but no. Oh, no. Accepting me like this is still impossible for you, isn't it, Hinata? He rambles on in fear and shock, all while tying me and the stranger up with cables from our equipment and spare clothes. Kosuke has somehow gained inhuman strength. He's able to handle both me and the stranger. Is it because he's filled with adrenaline right now? Then, I look at the stranger. I realize it's the same person who had this weird smile while I performed.
What's he doing in my car?
Before I can think about it, Kosuke blindfolds me with some clothes and puts me next to the driver's seat. I hear the stranger being choked until he finally falls silent. Then Kosuke comes to the driver's seat, turns on the car, and drives out of the lot. Where are you bringing us, Kosuke? Somewhere. Don't worry. Please, just explain. I'll understand. No. Now you're just afraid of me and will tell me anything to escape. You'll never be able to accept me. He starts to sob. I can hardly think while I'm so intoxicated with his fear. The few seconds I'm sober enough to feel my desire to live, I try to move, but that just makes Kosuke grip my leg. I guess it's a warning. I slowly give up. With this kind of fear, and how intoxicated I am with it, there's no way I'm able to formulate a plan to get out of this. After a while, the car stops. The stranger behind me is still unconscious, or dead. I haven't heard a sound from him. Kosuke holds me out. I hear a river nearby. Kosuke, please, think this over! No, it's too late for that. But don't worry. I'll follow you soon. After I get rid of this pig who looked at you with those disgusting eyes and tried to break into your car. Maybe that's my stalker, if it really is. Get rid of him well. Make him suffer. I will. You still don't believe I can accept you? I'm too afraid, Hinata. I don't know when you'll change and leave me as well. I can't bear it anymore. I can't have you leaving me as well. When I end you, you can't, right? I feel his hands on my neck as he starts to choke me. I'll follow you soon. In a blissful high of fear, I died today. Oh, well, shit. Ending. Don't leave me. Yeah, I think I should definitely say something here. You must have stopped him. Kosuke looks at me, totally confused. I push the stranger's leg into the car and close the door behind me. Who is this guy? Huh? Oh, I think he's just some disgusting stalker or something. I saw him watching your performance and then caught him trying to break into your car. I acted like I thought he was a friend of one of your bandmates and offered to open the car for him and then... Great job, Kosuke. I feel safe with you. His fear of abandonment shrinks. It's a little regrettable, but now I don't have to focus so much just to talk. Kosuke, you're gonna get rid of him, right? That's what you want to do. Yeah? He nods. Then, let's do this together. We just need to get rid of him somewhere fewer people around. The stranger makes a fuss when he hears that. Oh, shut up! What do you think would happen if you went after me? Fucking delusional idiot. Hinata, can I choke him? Sure. While Kosuke puts the stalker through unimaginable pain and fear, I take the stalker's phone and look through it, opening it with his fingerprint. Luckily, he's logged into all his apps. He liked all of our band's posts and sent many disgusting messages to my number from this device alone. How much more is on all his burner phones? Yep, he's a stalker, all right. Just as I say that, the stalker goes quiet. He's either dead or unconscious. His fear is also gone for now. Kosuke shakes his hands and sighs. Choking someone requires a surprising amount of strength, but... Are you really okay, Hinata? Oh my god! I give him a passionate kiss. This wonderful dog did it. He killed someone for me. I'll gladly reward him. Kosuke, this is exactly what I want. I need protection, and you're so dedicated to me that you would go this far, right? I love it. I love it when you intimidate others, when you're jealous. I love it when you get rid of others. You love it? Yes. And isn't it romantic to commit a crime together? It binds us for eternity. We wouldn't want to snitch on each other After all, we only go this far for each other. A nervous, twisted smile appears on Kosuke's face. Finally, someone who understands my love. Yes, this isn't too much. I'm fine. Finally, I found someone who won't leave. As tears flow down his cheeks, I hug him. What a wonderful, wonderful dog he is. I give my bandmates a heads up that I'm going home early, then shift to the driver's seat. Kosuke sits down next to me. We hold hands as I hum and drive further and further outside the city. The number of cars driving past us dwindles until we finally find a good empty spot near a river. There, the earth is moist enough to dig up with bare hands. Thankfully, I have some spare clothes in the car we can change into later. After making sure the stalker is dead and the phone is submerged in the water for a while before I take it with me, we bury the body deep into the earth. Then we drive up further to smash the phone and throw it into the ocean. I don't know if we'll ever be discovered or not, but now it's up to nature and luck. This is such a twisted romance, what the hell? I walk down the beach with Kosuke, hand in hand. Oh my god, there's really nothing more romantic than getting rid of evidence with your boyfriend. Oh god. Kosuke looks blissfully at me, and I return his affection. I finally captured you, my hunting dog. I look forward to our future. Ending. Eternally entangled. Right, I believe there's one last bad ending we can get, and that's from, saying, let them talk? His father's gaze turns towards me. Maybe it's my responsibility to tell you. You know, Kosuke always had a fascination with what other children his age treasured. But he would go too far. No matter what he said, he would take... Enough! Kosuke's shout pierces my ears. A few seconds pass before his mother ends the silence. Maybe today isn't a good day. I agree. Let's go. Kosuke rushes outside and I run after him. I soon catch him in the shadow of a tree. Kosuke, come on, look at me. He doesn't. He looks to the ground, refusing to meet my eyes. I'm sorry, Kosuke. I thought I could do better. No, it's not your fault. I need some time at home to calm down. I reluctantly let him go. After weeks with no reply from Kosuke to my messages and calls, I see that was a huge mistake. I even asked my colleagues how I should go about trying to meet someone who doesn't reply to my messages. They only told me that there's not much I can do. Shit! Damn it! During one restless night, I wander by Kosuke's apartment. Just where did I go wrong? Should I have been more accepting, more sympathetic? Is that the big difference between me and his ex? That she's a human who can actually understand his emotions better? I kick a pebble out of frustration and regret letting this golden opportunity go. Now, my only company is the constant little hunger in my long life ending. Disconnect. Anyway, that was Fearbonding. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. And this was so worth the wait. I remember playing the demo back when it first released, and genuinely this was such a cool story. I absolutely love the dynamic between Hinata and Kosuke. It's just so toxic. Oh gosh, I absolutely love how twisted it is, especially how we actually got rid of the stalker in the end. That was oh god, I can't wait to actually see more from Night Asobu. I genuinely can't wait. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.